As someone who's free to play and very infantry oriented free to play, once I saw the name Sun Tzu Prime, I thought about this is an easy max, no questions asked. But after seeing his kit and the skills and some feedback, I don't think he's a must have, like let's say QSH was, or even BQ. Because I feel like if I had to choose between these two, I would choose BQ. Because BQ has the 5 target AoE, he has he has good relevant open field stats, and he has more ways to deal more damage, inflict more damage, and he is going to be quite tanky on his way down. So if you're someone like who sad faces, who doesn't retreat, this commander is really good, and it's probably the reason why he is my favorite commander right now in the game. He is very good. He makes other commanders really pop off as well, and he does most of the heavy lifting. So Sun Tzu is different. He's a single target, 3000 damage factor, and I label him as a single target because I'm waiting for the testing to see how impactful that true damage AoE fan is, because it's only affecting 2 targets. It's nothing crazy, and I just want to see how it actually scales up in the game. And what makes Sun Tzu special is his active skill. So Sun Tzu is more about the rage regeneration, so you can pop off the skills faster, so you can keep that 5-second effect going for as long as possible. So for that reason, I do want to see him as a primary commander. And since we're moving away from skill damage, infantry, Ragnar, where you're at. So Ragnar, this is the final nail in the coffin for Ragnar, I believe. Only if you're using maybe like 3 infantry marches, I guess. But for what I've seen so far in my KVKs, right now, Ragnar has been too slow, and he hasn't been generating good enough reports to keep available. And since neither Ivar and Sun Tzu does any form of skill damage or any other skill damage commander that is available, only options are Philip and Scipio, and I guess Philip makes more sense because at least he does something for the whole lineup. But generally, I think Ragnar is on his way out. He's been relevant for like a year, and that is about it. I could see this coming a year ago, once the commander swap was here. And I'm glad I went with Philip, even though Philip has been running out of pairings, I would say, because I've been using him with BQ from my other account, but honestly, he's gonna be going to, I guess, Philip is going to be more for calorie mains for the combo. You do something with Arthur, maybe Arthur, Arthur Philip, then Attila Achilles, something like that. I've seen some reports like that, so it could work. But Ragnar is definitely going to be cemented. He doesn't have any other role. He's just a big tanky skill damage dealer, and that's about it. Whereas the present and the future is going to be all about smite infantry, and now we have more commanders to choose from. So what I'm going to do is the following. I have my archer march, I have my arch formation infantry, I got my pincer formation infantry, I got my cavalry, and I got my support infantry. Since I'm moving in the realm of 2 pincer infantry marches, only natural thing to do is remove Alex, because he is not the smite commander, and bring in Sun Tzu as the primary, because Sun Tzu primary has the smite tree, unlike Luce who has the attack tree, even though I prefer to have the AoE be the primary commander. But in this instance, I guess it makes a good exception, because Sun Tzu has the 900 rage requirement, and he has the smite tree. So that's going to be most likely. I may need to see more testing. I'm not gonna go in blindly, and I'm going to see how well does this march work, because Luce is still very good, but I know this with Alex, I haven't been getting the results I was getting before, so maybe this will breed some fresh air into him because he's still obviously very good. And what I like about Lucha as well, he has one basic attack for the rage you can have, and Sun Tzu has a lot of rage regeneration with his fourth skill, and the fact you can really have accessories like the drums and horn to really push this rage engine going as fast as possible. It's honestly an exciting march that I'm looking forward to trying out at least somewhere in some shape or form. Whereas BQ and Wallace, so Wallace is a commander that a lot of people don't have, so it gets a bit tricky trying to have two pincer marches with all spike commanders. So for those options, you don't really have too many. You got the tried and tested BQLC, so if you're running only one, this is the one to go. But if you're running two, you want to split them up and you want to use BQ. I would say BQ Wallace has been very solid for me because Wallace amplifies the damage, and I feel like Sun Tzu will do the same with Luce. He will have that effect going on in a similar way, and that's why I think these two are going to be probably the best thing you can do if you're running double pincer. And like I said, you want to have double smite commanders in the lineup for the best results. So if you're a new player, I guess going into Season of Conquest, I would rather see you work on BQ first and then on Sun Tzu, which is weird. But Sun Tzu provides a lot of good budget capability because I think at 5511 he could be really good. He offers a lot of stats for that. And then you pair him with BQ, and I think you'll be cooking with that single march. And then if you want to branch out, you go work on Luce. And then maybe if you're using Alex, or I guess all the way, but like I said, Alex for me hasn't been the best as he was in the recent KVKs, so this could be something that is just there until you have enough heads for another spike commander, but I guess it's a good placeholder. And with that said, I think that's going to be it. I think Sun Tzu it feels like a gang type of commander because it doesn't feel like a must-have for infantry. But if you're running double or even 3 infantry marches, I think he's a really good pick, and you should probably be working on him. So let me know what you guys think in the comments below. And with that said, thank you for watching. I'll catch you in the next one.